Alright, so I get to the outskirts of Sedona just around sunset. This is sped up 10x. There's a fire road approach to this vista.
Holy mother of pearl. A little misty out here. Whoa.
Yeah, that was my reaction to this beauty. I mean, just gorgeous. It had been a long day of travel. I came in from the east there, so taking 17 to a gas station where I detached from the RV. Came west on this little dirt pack road, was getting sideways, basically chasing the sunset, which is pretty cool. It was only myself and one other couple out here in a pickup truck. Again, it was a pretty smooth road in, and as you'll see in a second, it looks like, oh, it's just a cool little path with some switchbacks on the way out, because town will be seen off in the distance when we do the 180 here. Another thing I noticed too, and sorry that all my in-car videos are from my camera phone vertically placed, but like that path looks nice and smooth. I assure you that every incline, every big rock, every ledge looks like nothing on camera. So when I'm doing it, I'm generally going pretty cautiously and scraping things up and whatnot. And of course here it just looks normal. This is sped up 35x, so it took that long just to go, I don't know, 1.2 miles or something like that into town. Here we are the next morning. This is my spot. I think I shared it with one or two other vehicles. I actually parked at the trailhead. If you went across the road from where I was, there was all this beautiful just scenery, right? These are spots. This is along the main road access to it. I mean, we say road in quotes here. They actually close this road when it gets too rainy. You'll see a few other campers here, but in the off season, it's pretty almost desolate, I guess. Yeah, this was my favorite little arm. There was one guy here. I think you're allowed to stay 2 weeks. He had overstayed his welcome, and they were really kind to him. I gave him a couple days. They said, listen, clear out of here in the next 3 or 4 days, please. You'll see this cool little vista here. This is sped up 3x just to not waste too much time. But cool little spot, like literally right off a cliff here. And you'll see that guy just had the whole little finger to himself. Just a beautiful spot. Nice and dramatic with the clouds, too. Rainbow in the background.
Private homes, no trail access. Really? No trespassing. Private home. Okay. Alright. That was a trail here. Huh. They have planted. This was a trail at one point. It now is not a trail. Well, we've bitten off a lot here. There's some large sections and it's all muddy. This is Broken Arrow Trail. Trying to get you centered there. Yeah. So far so good. Ugh. I don't know how much more technical it gets, but definitely don't want to do this at night. Nice. Whew. And reviewing yesterday's video, like these rocks that are decent rocks don't look like shit in the video. Okay. I mean, there's an arrow to the right. Pink Jeep's tour lost me pretty quickly. I kind of wanted to keep them in sight. Nice and narrow. We're in Yeah, I feel like the topo maps would have been good to figure that shit out. Because I don't have breadcrumbs. I don't have shit. Up until now, there was one arrow I followed right. Oh my god. Yep. Ah, there's the Jeep. Yay. Found him. Alright, that's good. I figure if I can keep them in sight. Woo! Yeah, see? I mean, that doesn't look like anything, and then all of a sudden... I love how narrow this is. Nice and careful, Peter.
Ah, the one spot here I could make. I just didn't have the clearance. Tires had worn in those two ruts and there were rocks blocking the other way. Look at the color shift as the clouds come in too. Crazy stuff. Yeah, so here are some views from inside that area that I couldn't go up. It was maybe a 50 to 100 foot walk just to the spot. Yeah, there it is there. See, that steep section just looks totally flat here. More views from inside this, don't want to call it a bowl, but the scale of it. I mean, the trees give you an idea of the scale.
Got it, little X.
Yeah, so here's another great example. Right in the vehicle, you think you're gonna slide off the side of this thing and tumble down, and then the video from the side makes it look like you went over a little rock. Yeah, you'll see here, right? It looks like I could just do donuts on this wet, slick rock and be fine. Although look at the in-car, and it's like, ooh, wait a second, I'm above trees, and I got a pretty sheer drop-off. I guess reality is somewhere in between.
Oh, we'll find out. this is gonna be a big ass drop. Good. Yeah. Yep. There goes some rocker panels. I mean, you can't tell how steep this is. Oh. Yeah, this is nasty. I mean, because, right, it's still gonna skid right on down. We've just had rain all day today. Holy crap. I have a decision to make here. Yeah, it's gonna involve sounds no matter what you do, so here comes the sounds. Oh my god, this is gonna suck because it's up. And I'm on the top, so I'm riding it, but at a certain point it's just gonna slide on down and go crunch. All I can do is make the crunch this. Oh. This is the kind of thing you don't ever want to look at the bottom of your vehicle again. I mean, I'm trying. We got in this. We'll do what I always do, which is get out of trouble better than I got into trouble. Alright. Another little set. I mean, this is steep. It's not showing here, but like we're angled down. Oh, that beer's gonna be worth it.
Well, I meant to have a productive evening and mount the solar panels and the light bar. Instead, I just had drinks and paid for it the next day, feeling pretty hungover.
Well, I mean, look at this shit. So we stopped at a hardware store that had almost everything I needed to mount the traction boards and the solar panel on the roof. So that's gonna be nice whenever I find the time. And that's in, was it Grandview? I forget. There's some smaller town on the way to Sedona. And then, I mean, look at this. This is like just around, right? I mean, there are restaurants that have this view. It's just amazing to be this close, like just nestled in all of this. Yeah, it's just beautiful. So yeah, we're gonna hit up the Staples, print some stuff, go hit 2 trails, and then I don't know, maybe I'll just spend like just before sunset mounting the stuff to the Xterra so it's done, and then just drive as many miles west as I can. It's kind of open-ended. All right.
Regardless, in the afternoon, I managed to make it out to some really nice trails. Beautiful scenery, pretty desolate. I ran a loop where I ran into only one hunter for over the course of maybe 2 hours. This is just beautiful, beautiful scenery. I think we're going to close this out with this slideshow here. Yeah, just gorgeous. So as the sun's setting, I made it to Cottonwood, Arizona, to Merkin Vineyards. Fantastic place. Cottonwood's got a really nice little section of town that's quaint, lots of happening bars. I really like the feel there. So at night I go back to the RV to hook up, and I get a notice that I wasn't supposed to be parking overnight in the trailhead, and they had seen me multiple evenings and didn't yell at me or leave this, so very kind of them. I decided to take that as a cue, and everything was hooked up, and I pressed west to see how many miles I could put on in the next few hours.